Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. My name is Beatrice Cruz, and welcome to The Bright Side on Catholic SG Radio. So here on The Bright Side, we invite our brothers and sisters in Christ to share their faith stories so that we too can be inspired to live a life filled with more purpose and joy, deeper faith and brighter hope, leading us to deepen our relationship with Christ. So, have you ever wondered how your family upbringing can influence the way you look at your family today? So today in our studio, we welcome Raymund Wong to Catholic SG Radio. Woohoo! So Raymund is a husband and father of 2 young children, and he's currently the marketing and communications manager at Catholic Family Life. So actually, he's no stranger to us, because he's always been hanging around behind the scenes during some of our collaborative recordings with Catholic Family Life, right? Right,
True. I'll normally be standing there.
Yeah, correct. This time he's in front of the mic, and so we're putting you in the hot seat. How does that feel?
Well, you just told me about this 2 days ago. The seat is very hot.
Yeah, very hot, yeah. So we're going to ask you to share a little bit more about yourself, because we're talking about family today. So maybe, how has your family upbringing been like? What was your family like when you were younger?
I grew up in a fairly large family, 13 of us, including my parents. So I have, including myself, 11 siblings.
Wow.
So quite a big family. People always think that all 13 of us were in the house together, but not really the case. By the time I came, most of them had their own families and things like that.
Oh, I see. I thought someone had to sleep outside the door. I was like, wow.
We did eventually have to branch out. We built sort of like a little house
extension.
Outside. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it was always fun growing up. I'm the youngest, and the age group is the age between myself and the eldest is quite a distance. My oldest, I think, is 63.
Oh.
And I'm in my 30s. So yeah, quite an age gap.
Wow. So 11 or 10 siblings, is it?
Yeah, so 10 other siblings, myself included, 11.
11, I see.
Yeah. So it's 9 plus 2. 9 my mom gave birth to, and 2 she adopted.
Oh.
So the eldest is actually adopted, and then somewhere in the middle, she's adopted as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, big family. How's it like to be in a big family? Like, is it always... okay, for me, I'm in a family of 4, right? I have just 1 sibling. So, how is it like to be in a big family? I think people always wonder, is like, probably, is it very rowdy and loud and... I don't know.
I mean, yes and no. Being the youngest, I was bullied a bit, by my older brothers. They're the ones closer to age with me, but I think it made me feel as though, growing up, I never felt the pressure to make new friends. It could be seen in a positive or negative way, or however you look at it. But I always felt like, if there was someone cool in school, not as cool as my brother.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Or if there's someone clever in my class, not as clever as my sister. So I always felt like I didn't need to have that many friends, because it was quite a lot at home as well. So it was nice. I always enjoy it. And nowadays, now that we're all grown up, it's really an occasion that when we all get the chance to come back. Yeah.
So you also experienced the gift of friendship with your siblings, lah.
Yeah, you could say that. I think as we got older, we grew a little bit closer. Obviously, when you're younger, maybe the older ones would be more doting on you. Being the youngest and all. Some would argue that I was a bit spoiled. But some of my siblings. But now that we're a little bit older, the ones closer to age with me, and when I say closer, I'm saying like within the 10-year age, difference. I think we got closer. Gradually.
And so, are you cradle Catholic?
Yes, very, very Catholic. My parents are, obviously, right? They have so many children. They're very pro-life in that sense. She practiced, my mom, she practiced NFP, now, those watching, listening,
Yeah.
you think, oh, NFP doesn't work. But the age between each other,
Right.
is significant. Like she purposely, or at least to her best, when she wanted children, she would try. And of course, there were some surprises here and there, but God likes to surprise you. So I would say we were quite Catholic. My parents, they were very involved in church. We'd go for daily mass before school.
Wow. What time is that?
6.
Wow.
6 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah. So we go for daily mass. Oh, just I guess to clarify, also, I'm not from Singapore. I'm from Sabah, Malaysia. So I think So we had 6 a.m. mass, and we'd go to school. I was sent to a Catholic school, at one point, the whole family was part of the choir as well in church. So I was an altar server. So very, very cradle Catholic, I think.
Oh, nice. So, since you have shared also that you were an altar server, do you think how has your faith, been shared? How has the faith been shared and practiced in the family? Because, you say your family is, pretty
Catholic,
very Catholic.
We prayed together. Like the rosary, I think it was a staple growing up. Like it or not, when my parents were there, no matter what you're doing, when it's time to pray the rosary, you sit down and you pray the rosary. So we were sort of like raised that way. I think the biggest thing for me is, especially as I got older, is sort of like remember how my parents were, how they played that role, how they exemplified themselves being a parent. And so obviously when I grew up and I left home, went to college, went to university, and maybe perhaps faith wasn't the most important thing, it was always still within my heart to know that I need to go for mass. So even when I was drifting away, I still felt, like heard my mom's voice in my head.
Spirit also.
Holy Spirit as well, right? I mean, Raymund, every time she'd call me, the first thing she'd ask is, have you been going to church? So no matter how old I am, and maybe now less so because, I work for Catholic Family Life, she doesn't ask me, obviously, have I gone for mass and all. I'm the one who normally asks.
The roles have switched.
Yeah, like just now, I gave her a call and I was like, hi, Mom, did you go for mass, earlier in the morning? And then she was like, oh, no, Alison is not here and all. So, I mean, it definitely is ingrained in you somewhere or another. So even as you grow up, or as I grew up, and faith was not the first thing on my mind, it was very deeply rooted in me to know what I need to do.
Well, if you've just joined us on the bright side, we have Raymund, a husband and father of 2 young children, and he's currently the marketing and communications manager at Catholic Family Life. And he has been sharing with us how his family upbringing looks like. So, let's switch perspectives a little bit. You're a husband and a father now, and it's natural to face challenges because there's not really like one size fits all kind of parenting manual, right? Could you share with us, a time where you felt stretched as a father? And, how has, now that you're part of CFL's, that's Catholic Family Life's mission, how has it helped you or inspired you in the way you live out your faith in your family role as husband and father?
The last time I was stretched, a few days ago, past weekend. So I have 2 kids. The eldest is 3, turning 4, and James, the younger one, he's a year and a half. So he's sick, right? As children at that age normally do get sick. So I mean it's tiring sometimes. Waking up early hours of the morning. With trying to give him his medicine, although he doesn't want to take his medicine. Putting him in the bath, trying to get his temperature down after giving him, I don't know, whatever it was, paracetamol or ibuprofen, and the temperature is still not coming down. Temperature's at 40 degrees or so. So, like, it's definitely tiring, and it's definitely worrying sometimes. And the next day you still have to work, right? So definitely feel stretched. But the good thing about it is that, I have a very good wife, a very supportive wife. And I say all of this, but she probably does like 80% more than me. As moms, I think they're wired differently, women. They always tend to go above and beyond. So yeah, stretched just the past week. It has been quite a tiring week. But I think both, working at CFL, we do a lot of talks, do a lot of workshops. I work a lot with our affiliates and associates. So they are like, your couple empowerment program, your marriage encounters, these communities, working with them, right? Inadvertently, for me at least, whenever I talk to them and whenever, I attend these talks, you get something, you receive something in return, I think. And I remember last year there were, I think, 3 or 4 times we conducted a father's mission, one of our talks, right? It's how to be a better father. And I'm there and I'm listening. And although it's the same talk, more or less, every time I go, I take something different, right? How to be a better husband, how to be a better father. So it definitely impacts the way I am as a husband at home. Definitely impacts the way I am as a father, because I can hear these people talking to me as well. Every time there comes an opportunity to be a dad, right? When it's challenging, so these things pop into my head. So yeah, I think I'm quite blessed to be doing this. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. So I was doing a little research, and there's this letter that Pope Francis wrote to married couples. This one is called Amoris Laetitia Family. Yes, and this was written on 26 December 2021. And he has this line which I really like. Being parents calls you to pass on to your children the joy of realizing that they are God's children. Children of a Father who has always loved them tenderly and who takes them by the hand each new day. As they come to know this, your children will grow in faith and trust in God. To be sure, raising children is no easy task, which I'm sure you relate to, but let us not forget that they also raise us.
Yeah,
So I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot here, and I was wondering if you could share with us a time where you feel like your children raise you.
I mean, being a parent is no walk in the park, right? No matter how many books you read to prepare yourself, it's going to be different, right? Hands-on experience, right? I mean, I didn't plan on James getting sick. I didn't plan on staying up. So I think my children, they make me a better human being in a way. They allow me to empathize a little bit better. We keep praying for patience, right? So if you're looking for patience, have children, because
you heard that from Raymund.
yeah, I mean, they will teach you how to be patient, right? And teach you not to take things too seriously. I'm definitely a different person than I was before having children, and they are so good, I don't know. I just recommend you having children. I mean, if it's something,
You can get married first and then have children. Yeah, that's the
first and then have children. But I mean, they are tiring. They can be troublesome, especially when you're doing work. But the joy you get, right, with having it's indescribable. And yeah, they teach you to be better human beings at the end of the day. Yeah.
I'm gonna put you a little bit on the spot again. And ask you, okay, I know your 2 children are really young, and they probably won't be able to understand or listen to this conversation that we're having, at this moment. But I was wondering if you would like to, can I ask you nicely, right? Would you like to leave a message for them? Because this is going to be on YouTube, this is going to be on our podcast. Would you like to leave a message for them, perhaps in the next couple of years, they might be able to go back and listen and know that, oh yeah, Daddy left me this message on this conversation.
How many years are we talking about?
Okay, let's.
Are they teenagers? Are they getting married? Or are they adults now?
Okay.
Or what?
Okay, let's go with a teenage.
Okay, teenager.
Yeah, because that's the time, right, where so we attended the Catholic Family Life Conference, remember?
Yeah.
And teenage years are just, a very complicated time, and I'm sure that they have a lot of emotions that they need to process and all that. So imagine a time like that, and what would you say to them?
Be patient with me. Yeah, Kimberly, if you're listening to this, be patient with Daddy. He may not have all the answers to your questions, but if there is one thing that I think I'd like you to remember is always to put God first in your life, and everything else is just the dressing on the side of your plate. Yeah, I mean, because as you're a teenager, you're probably with exams and dealing with all of that. Yeah, I think all of that is secondary. Have God first. I think that's the main thing. Yeah, and don't give me such a hard time. Yeah, no bringing boys home.
Okay. 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 All right. How about for your other
James,
younger one? Yeah.
James. Well, very much the same. I think. Yeah. I would like to hope that we have a better, we're still talking a lot more now. And I don't know. Daddy doesn't know everything. And I will admit that. And yeah, just be patient with me. Same thing. Be patient with me and put God first in your life. That's all. Honestly, the teenage years kind of worry me. But
okay, we'll call you back again when they, a couple of years down the road. Yeah, when they actually turn teenage. But thanks for for that spontaneous letter to them. I'm sure you can let them know, the one time that maybe they don't want to talk to you, then you're like,
just be patient with me, man.
Yeah, like drop them a note, like, hey, go and listen to this one.
If YouTube is still a thing, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, family is always our first community, and, at Catholic SG Radio, and together with Catholic Family Life, we'll be bringing you a fresh series covering various topics that will speak to you and your family. So, Raymund, could you share with us what are some of the themes that we can look forward to?
Okay, one of the themes, and you mentioned the family conference we had, which was amazing. I'm sure you'd agree.
Yeah, of course.
If we ever do have another family conference, everyone should definitely attend. If those who didn't attend, you missed out, but it's okay.
It's okay. There'll be another one, and then you share with us, and we share with you, the listeners.
So the theme for that, it was building stronger families in a connected yet disconnected world. So I think we're trying to explore that with the series that that is coming up as well. How do we stay connected? So basically, we're all connected now in this digital age, right? We're all on our phones. We have family and friends overseas. The only thing really that is different is probably the time zone that you have to kind of like navigate. But otherwise, we're all very much connected. Yet at the same time, we're disconnected on a personal level. So often we go for dinner and we're on our phones, right?
Yeah.
We're watching TV at home, while we're eating. So we're disconnected. We don't really, talk to one another. So I think that is one of the themes we want to explore in this series. And I think it's coming up soon, right? In a couple of weeks, where we'll, I said I'm worried about teenagers, right? So we're getting parents in, a couple, who will talk about how they raise teenagers, right? And how teenagers can sometimes be strangers, right? I mean, right now, I'm like a hero at home. Right, I'm daddy. Always, can solve anything, can open any bottle. But in a few years' time, I'm maybe daddy, the embarrassing, annoying one. So it's a switch, right? So how do we stay connected in that, right? So that is one of the themes we want to explore with this series.
So this is starting on
the 7th of March.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. 7th March.
Testing me again.
Hey, collaborating both must know the dates,
Okay.
Yeah, 7th of March. Okay, so you can look forward to that upcoming episode, and also, the series for this year. Okay, before we wrap up this conversation, also, you're a young parent, and I'm sure there are a number of young parents also tuning in right now. So, are there any resources that young parents can check out, especially with the vast resource database that Catholic Family Life has, especially in times of difficulty and they're not sure what to do and all that. So this is a young parent looking for resources. Could you share some with us?
We can go on to familylife.sg. that is our website.
Okay.
We have, we conduct a lot of talks, a lot of workshops for parents. Those who need someone to talk to. We also have therapy services, counseling as well. I think the important thing for me, especially as a young parent, is to have community, right? And we have a lot of, as I mentioned, affiliates under Catholic Family Life that we work with. So I mean, find a community that is right for you, and journey together with them. It's like for myself, I attended a couple empowerment program.
Oh, nice.
Last year, actually. Last year, and there is that community there that I'm a part of now, and we lean on each other, right? And we learn from one another, and I think that helps. So there are different communities out there that go and find one that is suitable for you, and give it a go, right? Have that community. You're not living in silo. Yeah.
Well said. Yeah. So, you are never alone. And as Raymund has mentioned, they have their resources available on familylife.sg. And their resources are by life stages. So you can check out for young people, engaged, married, parents, elderly, divorced, bereaved. Yeah. So actually for every stage of our lives.
It's family.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's family, right? And I just saw that they have an upcoming Catholic parenting that is happening on the 2nd and 9th of March.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is by
Dr. John Hui.
That's right.
Yes, by Dr. John Hui. So if you go to that parish, please attend. Right? So sign up for it and attend.
Yeah, so this is at the Church of the Risen Christ. So if you're interested, you can head down to their website to find out more details. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, right? The time flew. Yeah.
It's a joy talking to you.
Yes, indeed. And thank you so much for sharing, so honestly about how it is like to live with, so many siblings, and now also you as a young parent yourself with 2 children. So we are so thankful that Raymund Wong could join us today. So just a reminder also, The Bright Side is broadcasted every alternate Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. with our encore broadcast at 8 p.m. on the same day and 5 p.m. the following day. Alternatively, if you'd like to catch the podcast version of this episode, I know especially when Raymond's children become teenagers, you can catch this. You can listen to it on our Catholic SG Radio app as well as on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, you can watch this episode and all our Catholic SG Radio top programs on catholic.sg YouTube channel. So remember to also stay tuned for updates on Catholic SG Radio's upcoming collaborative family series with Catholic Family Life. And with that, my name is Beatrice Cruz, and this has been Brightside on Catholic SG Radio.